to an All About Sports special from a very noisy hall here in Mullahoran GFC. I'm here for the homecoming of 5-time World Handball Champion Paul Brady.
We can see from very early age the culture of today and the older generation that they were very talented when you brought that into the handball. But talent alone doesn't achieve what you achieve. Ambition, hard work, and determination to be best at what you do is very easy to do today at a 5-time world champion. You are an ambassador for the highest standard for your sport club, and we are proud for your sport and club nationally and internationally. And we are proud at Mullahoran GFC and the surrounding community to say that you are one of us. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for our 5-time world champion, Paul Brady. Thank you, Gary. I will now call to draw on the new basket in on Brady.
Delighted to be here with you all in Mullahoran, back in Canada, celebrating what your chairman here has rightly said as the greatest achievement that we have ever seen, not just by a Canada but it's rare indeed to get this opportunity to be back in Canada, acknowledging 5 times the world champion, and it couldn't happen, I believe, to a nicer man. Because Paul Brady is the living example and the best definition you find of that moral humility. He's a humble
joined by Jerry Brady, Chairman of the County Board. Jerry, thank you for speaking to us on All About Sport. Fantastic day here in Mullahoran and a great reception for Paul Brady.
Absolutely fantastic. It's fantastic for the local community here in Mullahoran, but also for all the people in Cavan. Like, this is a phenomenal achievement, you know, and Paul is a fantastic sportsman, fantastic athlete, and a huge inspiration, and especially to all the young people, you know. So it's a huge community here in Mullahoran, as we all know, and it's brilliant for everybody.
He really is. He's a teacher, but he's a role model to all these children, as you said. And he started here, you know, from a young age, and in St Pat's playing handball. It's something you'd like to promote in the county and encourage more children to get involved.
Absolutely. We really want to encourage kids to get involved in all aspects of the GA, which is Gaelic football, hurling, handball, rounders, you know. So get involved in all sports and find your niche, find what you like doing, and keep doing it to a ripe old age, because it's vitally important, both for mind and body. And Paul has been inspiration from that point of view to everybody, you know, and shows what can be achieved from a small rural background, small rural community. And you don't have to come from a big town, a big city to be successful. And it's really an inspiration to everybody.
That's great. Right. So unfortunately, the game didn't go ahead yesterday evening due to the weather forecast. But it's yet to come. So do you think maybe Mullahoran could, have another celebration on their hands?
Absolutely. They're the one team that I think everyone will dread playing, because that's the further they go in the competition, they get more tuned in, more focused, and they believe. There's one thing that's about Mullahoran. Once they pull that blue and gold jersey on, the self-belief is unbelievable. And they really, really focus on it. And I think it'd be a foolish person to bet against them, and that they could actually win the championship this year. Cavan Gales look the form team at the moment, but give Mullahoran a sniff of a semi-final or a final, and it'll be very difficult to beat, so they will, yeah.
Right. We have Cumulluga Scale, Egan O'Farrell here tonight, and we've got so many great men here in the county, representing Cavan in such a great way.
It's absolutely brilliant. It's great. It took us 131 years to get a nuclear on up to Crow Park, but again, Egan comes from a very small rural community in Drumgoon, and again, it shows what the G is all about, that you can make it to the very top, let it be on the pitch, let it be on the handball court or wherever, and as an administrator. And it's great that people will get that opportunity. It's a very democratic organisation. Egan really from an early age showed that he had the potential to go all the way, and it's brilliant for Cavan. It's fabulous for the county, it's fabulous for all the sports people in the county, and it just shows you what Cavan people can do. There's no limit to what we can achieve.
Exactly. Well, Jerry, thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us on All About Sport, and enjoy the rest of the celebration. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, I'm now here with the 5-time world handball champion Paul Brady. Paul, delighted to be speaking to you here in your home soil of Mullahoran.
Yeah, thankfully, there's a great crowd here tonight, and I'm flattered, obviously, and humbled that people took the time to come. So I just want to thank everyone for that.
It's a great reception here for you tonight. You had a lovely homecoming as well back to Dublin Airport yesterday, and you were greeted by Cumulluga Scale, Egan O'Farrell. That must have been a special moment from one Cavan man to another.
Yeah, obviously, Egan occupying the head of the GA, obviously it was great. We're very grateful as a team, that he came out to welcome us home. So it meant a lot to the team. So. It was good. It was good to get back, after getting the job done. So thankfully,
and you definitely did that. You've won 5 consecutive world titles, and over a space of over the last 15 years. Tell us a little bit about the tournament. This particular tournament. I mean, there was talk that you perhaps wouldn't go back and fight for your world title, but you did that, and you've come home with the title. Was that a difficult decision?
It was, yeah. It certainly was, yeah. I didn't want to lose it. I'd rather have retired it. So I suppose I was 35 and 36 in not too long. So there's a lot of young, hungry players. So I kind of was, I just wanted to see how the last year would go. And thankfully the tournaments went well over the last 12 months. So I knew then I was in a good position to challenge for it. So I didn't want to put pressure and commit to it too early. And then, because everything went so well in the last, like I said, 12 months, I knew then I had a good shot at it. And once I knew I had a good shot, I felt confident I could win. So there was a bit of pressure, I didn't want to, like I said, I didn't want to lose it. So I won't be doing that again. I took a bit of a chance at, like I said, 35. So that's it now. I can thankfully retire happy.
Yeah, it was said that it was probably one of your best performances. Would you agree with that?
Yes, the final especially. I suppose it was a bit nervy before that, and then the quarter final was quite tough. I almost got caught in one of the games, and I suppose it was at that point I said, I can't play conservatively here. Like I say, like I've played. Over my career, I have to just go for it, and take a risk here. And I started to open up in the semi-final, and in the final I kind of played my best. And I suppose emotionally I was just thinking of all the years that I'd put into it, and a lot of the shots I was hitting, that emotion was behind it, and I think that contributed to having a good performance in the final.
You've dominated handball, the World Championships over the last past 15 years. You had a younger opponent from Cork,
yes.
And he really challenged you.
Yeah, in the final, yeah, I kind of knew he'd beaten the top 2 Americans on his way there, so I knew that. I know that he's coming. Them guys that he beat on the way, I've had some really tough battles with them over the years. They're only about 20 26, 27, you know, so I've played him a good bit over the years. I'd only played this guy twice, so I didn't know what to expect. The last twice I've lost has been to opponents like that coming up who I haven't played that often, and you know, kind of a bit of an unknown. So I was very weary of him, and you know, it was the biggest stage of all. I didn't want to lose them, you know, at that point. So it's a different challenge, but you know, you know, he's going to occupy it eventually. But I've just got to keep trying to fight him off for another year or two before I retire completely.
Yeah, you made the decision on Friday after the final in Canada that you know, you were going to retire from the World Championships in the future. I'm sure an emotional time for you on winning, but going forward, what's next for you, Paul?
Well, I could play in here and All-Ireland Championships. You know, I probably have set goals throughout my career, obviously, and then you know, I want to try and win 10 All-Ireland Championships, and I did that 3 years ago or 2 years ago, so I haven't played the last 2 years. So the same with the Worlds. I said, you know, that's why I was kind of undecided. I'd like to retire with my titles, and you know, I wouldn't like to lose them. So there's one other major tournament, that's the US Nationals. The record is 11 and I have 10 at the moment, so I'd like to try and keep you know, certainly equal that, and maybe beat it over the next year or two, and continue to compete in America on the circuit there. There's 7 tournaments throughout the season, so I enjoy travelling to them tournaments, and you know, there's not much pressure. You know, if you lose one, thankfully it hasn't happened recently, but at least I know I can make amends, you know, a month later. So, and it's getting to different city every month, so I've really enjoyed that the last year or two, you know, where I've played more there than I ever have, and like I say, I've just relaxed and enjoyed them, and actually my performances have improved from just being so much more relaxed. And like I say, I'm in bonus territory at this point of my career, and that's the only tournament every June, the US Nationals, that I really want to win now, you know. So the other tournaments I can just relax and play and enjoy them a lot more.
By speaking to you now, you still have that hunger and drive, and you've been described as a machine, you know, on the court. It's something going forward. Would you like to see, you know, more kind of done for handball here in the county?
Well, obviously, yeah, and even countrywide. But it's, like I say, it's not something I've really thought that much about. You know, I've been just trying to focus on my own play. You know, it consumes all my time, but obviously as I wind down the next few years, hopefully I can promote a bit more within the county. You know, a lot of us are still competing, a lot of the younger guys, so we have been trying to kind of kick-start a wee bit. It's been a bit stop-start, because then we're preoccupied with our own competition. So you know, we're all getting to the stage now where we're all winding down, and hopefully there's a crop of us there of about 8 or 10 guys who, you know, I've you know, a few years either side of me, who hopefully we can promote the next generation, you know, and all to a different level. So that's the kind of the goal.
Egon O'Farrell earlier said in his speech that, and rightly so, that you really are a legend in Ireland at this sport.
Yeah, it's not something I think about too often either. You know, I just try to win every tournament, and you know, whatever anyone would say after that is, you know, it's not something like I think about either way. You know, you could have someone else saying the complete opposite. So I don't get caught up in the opinions. You know, I just focus on trying to win every tournament as it comes, and you know, maybe when I'm finished up completely, I can reflect back on what's been done. So.
It's brilliant. Well, Paul, you're truly a modest and an exceptional player, and thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us on All About Sport, and congratulations again from us all at Cavan TV on your 5th World Handball title. Thanks you very much, Paul Brady. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm delighted to be joined by Egon O'Farrell, come on Lucas Scale. Egon, a great event here in Mullahoran for the homecoming of Paul Brady, 5-time world champion.
It's absolutely wonderful. I mean, Paul Brady, the greatest handballer unquestionably of all time. I would argue the greatest athlete in the world at the moment. A fantastic achievement. He has dominated handball in Ireland at every level. He has now dominated the world stage. 5 in a row in anything is very, very difficult to achieve. And he has dominated this now 5 times, the world champion, against many other players from around the world who are professional. It's important to remember that the Canadians, the guys from the United States, Mexico, Russia, these are professional athletes, and Paul as an amateur has dominated it. It is absolutely incredible, and I'm delighted to see that his own people are so proud, so delighted. The people of Mullahoran and of Cavan have come out here in their huge numbers tonight to welcome one of their own, one of the greatest, and it's a wonderful night.
You yourself are very passionate about handball, and it's one sport you always speak about, but it's something that's growing and growing in the county.
Oh, it is growing, there's no doubt about that. Handball is unfortunate in one sense. It hasn't the visibility of football and hurling. When you go through Ireland, you see the football pitch and you see the hurling matches on. Handball is sometimes tucked away in the corner, you don't see it inside, but nonetheless it is a growing sport, and I believe one-wall handball in particular has now brought the sport to a whole new and wider audience and makes it easier for people to play it. But the standard has been set so high. Ireland dominated the world champions. Aisling O'Reilly from Belfast is also the world champion, and Robbie McCarthy from Westmeath in the doubles, Michael Finnegan. We've dominated the world handball at the moment, but I believe that bar has been set by Paul Brady. Paul has really shown that this is where GA handball is able to go, and it is part of our family. It is one of our sports. Handball, rounders, camogie, ladies football, hurling and football all form part of the menu of what it is to be part of our GA family, and GA handball is in a special place because of Paul Brady.
Absolutely. You were present at the at Dublin Airport yesterday, and what was that like for Paul arriving back?
Well, it was very emotional. I found it emotional, and I know Paul did also, and anybody who was there. I had heard that the plane was coming in from Toronto yesterday morning. I was in Croke Park getting ready for our matches and meeting various people, but I decided I wanted to be there just to welcome him home, and I'm glad that we did. We're having Paul as a special guest of honour along with Aisling Riley next Sunday in Croke Park, and we'll be introducing them to the crowd just before the senior semi-final between Mayo and Dublin, and I think that will also give handball, Aisling and Paul special recognition of where they are. So it was lovely to welcome him home yesterday, yes, but this is very special tonight in Mullahoran. There's something very nice about the local and being welcomed in your own Mullahoran place. His schoolmates, his club mates, they're all here, and it's just very, very touching and moving.
That's great. Well, Egon, thank you very much for speaking to us on All About Sport, and enjoy the rest of the evening here in Mullahoran. Thank you.
An evening in Mullahoran is always something to look forward to.
So that's it from All About Sport from Mullahoran Gaelic Football Club for the homecoming of World Handball Champion Paul Brady. I'll be back again at the same time next Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. So don't forget to tweet me at Cavan TV Sport, and if you'd like your sport featured on the show, simply contact drumlinmedia@gmail.com. So it's goodbye from me, Louise O'Reilly.